Hi everyone, my name is Leanne Chung and I'm a registered dietitian for Erie County Senior Services. So today I'll be sharing some information on eating for mental health and well-being part 2. I've actually talked briefly about this topic last year, which is why this is more like a part 2 video. And to find the first video, you can check out University Express website at erie.gov/UE. Just a recap of what I talked about in part 1, I shared how eating healthy not only benefits your physical health, such as obesity, diabetes, but also for mental wellness, such as depression and Alzheimer's. And with proper nutrition, you can take care of your mind and body. I also recommended the Mediterranean diet and focused on some of the nutrients' roles in mental health. So for part 2, I'll be expanding more on this topic by focusing on gut health and brain function. Just a simple example that most of us can probably relate to is when you have stomach pain from eating the wrong food, you're less likely to want to go out, do things you like, or meet your friends. All you want to do is stay home and rest. So imagine if this happens to you on a regular basis, it can definitely affect your quality of life. And how does gut health affects brain health in a more scientific way? Your gut has microbes or billions, trillions of bacteria that produce neurotransmitters. What are neurotransmitters? In simple terms, they are chemical messengers in your nervous system. One example is GABA, in which they transfer signals to help control feelings of fear and anxiety. Another example is serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that is 95% produced in your gastrointestinal tract. It helps regulate sleep and appetite, mediate moods, and inhibit pain, which means disruption to your gut can affect all the previously mentioned functions. So inflammation in your gut can affect how you feel. The gut microbes also control inflammation and make many different compounds that can affect brain health. Good bacteria protect the lining of your intestines and ensure they provide a strong barrier against toxins and bad bacteria. They limit inflammation, they improve how well you absorb nutrients from your food, and again, they produce those chemical messengers that travel directly between the gut and the brain. So overall, the good bacteria not only influence what your gut digests and absorbs, they also affect the degree of inflammation throughout your body, as well as your mood and energy level. Your brain works hard 24/7 even while you're asleep. This means your brain requires a constant supply of energy, and that energy comes from the foods you eat. So what's in that food makes all the difference. Eating high quality foods that contain lots of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants nourishes the brain and protects it from oxidative stress. And what is oxidative stress? It is the waste produced when the body uses oxygen, and too much of it can damage cells. On the other hand, diets high in refined sugars are not good for your brain. In addition to worsening your body's regulation of insulin, they also promote inflammation and oxidative stress. Put simply, what you eat directly affects the structure and function of your brain and ultimately your mood. So now let's look at this chart. It looks like healthy diet can be linked to both physical and mental health in two separate ways, but actually they're all interconnected. One leads to another and vice versa. For example, good quality diet affects physical health directly by improving your insulin sensitivity, less cardiovascular risk, healthy weight, and other health behaviors. Good quality diet also affects mental health. It indirectly affects you through hormonal, inflammatory, and neural pathways. Good mental health leads to improved quality of life and wanting to exercise and taking care of yourself which then affect you in making better choices of food. Research shows that a diet that regularly includes highly processed, fried, and sugary foods can increase the risk of developing depression by as much as 60%. On the other hand, people who eat a diet high in whole foods, such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, whole grains, legumes, fish, and unsaturated fats like olive oil, are up to 35% less likely to develop depression than people who eat less of these foods. One of the best diets to follow for good mental health is Mediterranean diet. It has been shown to not only beneficial for chronic conditions such as heart disease and diabetes, but mental health as well. It may provide effective strategy for management of depression and anxiety. Recently, the US News and World Report has ranked Mediterranean diet as best overall diet, best heart healthy diet, best diabetes diet, best diet for healthy eating, and the easiest diet to follow. Some of the main focus of Mediterranean diet include a variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats such as olive oil, at least twice a week of fish and seafood, moderate amount of poultry, dairy, and eggs, and very little red meats. If you do eat meat, try to have lean cut. Besides talking about Mediterranean diet, here are some key nutrients that I would like to highlight. First is essential fatty acids such as omega-3, which can be found in oily fish, flax seeds, and walnuts. It has anti-inflammatory properties and has a role in brain development and functioning, with deficiencies linked to mental health problems. Studies in humans and animals show that omega-3s can increase good bacteria in the gut and reduce risk of brain disorders. Next is antioxidants such as vitamin C and E, which can help reduce oxidative stress. Probiotics such as yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut may boost the levels of beneficial bacteria in the gut. And last but not least, fiber. Eating a diet rich in different types and sources of fiber will help support a diverse microbiome. For example, whole grains, nuts, seeds, fruits, and vegetables all contain fibers that are good for your gut bacteria. Few additional tips besides focusing on eating the right type of food. Make sure to eat regularly so that your blood sugar level remains stable and you're less likely to feel sluggish. If you have heard of the term hangry, which means the combination of being hungry and angry, you know what I'm talking about. Also, be mindful when you eat. Listen to your hunger and fullness cues. Eating only for health reasons can be exhausting. Just because spinach is good for you doesn't mean that you have to just eat spinach. You can always have other type of green leafy vegetables, or if you don't like hard-boiled eggs, have omelet instead. It is all about balancing between eating healthy and for enjoyment. Last but not least, which is very important, is physical activity. Aim for at least 30 minutes per day of exercise. And some physical activity is better than none at all. So try to move more and sit less. Exercise also releases chemicals called endorphins and serotonin, which helps boost your mood. With that, I would like to end my presentation with this picture that pretty much sums up what I've talked about. I recently attended a webinar about nutrition and mental health, and one of the presenters' topic had this in his PowerPoint that caught my attention. All right, thanks for watching everyone, and take care. Bye.